What's up? What's happening? What is popping? What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another great edition of Simone with the Sports. I'm Simone, bringing you guys daily sports talk. So if you're new here, if you're old here and you haven't already subscribed to my channel, stop what you're doing, leave a comment, subscribe, keep rocking with me. Also, make sure you check out the links down below. The first one is to buy me a coffee to help fuel this channel. The second link is to shop the official Simone with the Sports merch collection. Get you the classic tee, the wavy tee, or the flower dye crew neck that I've been rocking lately. And lastly, guys, if you do not do anything else, turn your notification bells on so you don't miss a single video or a single live stream. And I will be going live soon. I was supposed to go live yesterday, but you know, some shit came up. So I'm planning on going live tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. But have your notification bells on so you don't miss it in the event that it exists. But y'all, let's get into some Philadelphia Eagles news. So yesterday, today's Wednesday, so yeah, yesterday we had some roster cuts. So all NFL teams were required to cut their rosters down from 90 to 85 by yesterday. So the next roster cut requirement is next Tuesday. Teams are required to cut their rosters from, and that's Tuesday the 23rd. They're required to cut their rosters from 85 to 80. And then the big giant big chop is Tuesday the 30th. So about 2 weeks from now, we will have the 53 man. The 53 man. But y'all, let me know down below, who are some sneaky guys that y'all think can make the 53 man roster? Let me know that down below. And when we do get closer to the 30th, I will be dropping my 53 man roster prediction. And then of course, after the roster drops, you know, I gotta react to that. But y'all, right now, let me know some people who you think could be a sneaky lock. Well, not lock, because if they're sneaky, they're not a lock, but who can sneak on to this 53 man roster. Let me know that down below. But let's get into the roster cuts from yesterday, because not everybody can make the roster. You guys already know that. So we waived 2 wide receivers, Carrick Wheatfall and Lance Lenoir. They have been waived. And again, guys, some guys can get, there is a practice squad, so there's an event that these guys get re-signed at some point or whatever. So it's not necessarily a final goodbye to some of these people. Not necessarily final goodbye. But we do have to trim down the wide receiver room. And we made the 2 wide receiver cuts yesterday. We pretty much kind of already know the wide receiver room if we keep it in eye. We already know it's going to be A.J. Brown, QUEZ Watkins, Devonta Smith, I'm always forgetting his name, Zach Pascal. And then the question is, like, after them, is it Greg Ward? Is it going to be Jalen Reagor? Jalen Reagor's kind of looking a little bit like a lot. Greg Ward hasn't really been getting that much attention at training camp. But honestly, nobody really been getting no attention but A.J. Brown, if I'm keeping it hot. But there's only like 1 or 2 additional wide receiver spots in the 53-man roster, just depending on how many we keep, because we already know the top 4 guys are locked up, and then a 5th is going to be Jalen or Greg. So it's really 1 spot that's really available. So we're starting to trim down that wide receiver room like we have to do. We did end up waiving William Dunkel, offensive lineman. He has been doing well at camp, and I think the Eagles really cut him to give him another opportunity, because, you know, the offensive line is full crowded, you know what I'm saying? And he did go on and sign with another team yesterday. I can't remember, of course, now, but he has been solid. Jimmy Moreland, we ended up cutting, waiving, whatever you call this right now, because, you know, some people we injured, whatever, got them up out of here. I don't care if it's wave, cut, injured designation, we got them up and out of here. So Jimmy Moreland, so if y'all remember Jimmy Moreland, former Washington Commander, he was the guy who, you know, I think he was he picked off he picked off Carson Wentz. Can't remember what season, but he had an interception on Carson Wentz. He used to play for the Washington Commanders. But we signed him in this offseason, and he's a veteran. He's been in the league about 4 years, and then he was one of our first defensive back waiving. So, you know, sometimes when you sign guys, it's like, why did we sign him if he was going to be first one out? But maybe the Eagles just didn't like what they saw from Jimmy. I haven't really heard his name being called at training camp, so I guess he wasn't doing it. But there's that. So Jared Maiden got waived as well. He is a safety. Jared has been with us for a little bit, and he got waived. And the safety room is a room we know that's going to need some oomph, and it's going to need some guys to step up and, you know, really come through and shine. Because I mean, we're okay at safety, but we're literally just okay. Like we're at the bar. We're just at the bar. We definitely need some guys to step up and shine as safety. And then we waived Ali Fayed, who is a linebacker. So no surprises at all. If anything, it was the waivings and the cuttings were just indicators of some guys who are safe. Like I said, we have to cut down the wide receiver room, and we have to cut down the cornerback room. Those are the big rooms that need cuts. And 4 of those guys that were waived came from the wide receiver room and came from the defensive back room. So we are working there. Going back to cornerback, because, you know, cornerback is one of our positions where a lot is still, I wouldn't say wide open, but a lot is still very much open at cornerback. Unlike wide receiver, we do know our top cornerbacks. We already know Darius Slay, James Bradberry, and Avonte Maddox. And then we know Zach McPherson is pretty much a lock. But after that, there's about 2 more cornerbacks we'll probably keep. And honestly, it's still not wide open. Whatever's next to wide open, it's still definitely a tight race. There you go. It's a tight race for those last 2 spots. So to see that we did cut 2 DBs, that signals that we're liking what we're seeing from these other guys. So right now, Josiah Scott and Kerry Vincent and Josh Joby are the guys. And y'all let me know, is it Joby or Job? What is it? Josh, Josiah, Kerry, and Zach McPherson. Those have been the leading DBs. I mean, those have been the leading cornerbacks outside of Darius Slay, James Bradberry, Avonte Maddox. So those have been the guys who have been leaders. And again, those were the guys who were ahead of the others on that first 53-man roster we had to drop for the preseason game. And Josiah Scott has been playing as safety a little bit. So I think that's what's giving him the edge over some of the other cornerbacks who are only being played at corner. Josiah can play at safety too. And he was starting at safety a few days ago at practice. So we're still keeping our eye on that cornerback race, because the cornerback race is like the most interesting really right now, because like I said, so many things wide open. But we will see a lot of things this week, guys. So it's Wednesday, it's hump day, but y'all, some she about to pop off. It ain't over for the week. So we're about to start our joint practices with the Cleveland Browns, you know, the team with the most drama this offseason. We would be having a joint practice with the drama mama team. But I like it because the Cleveland Browns have a lot of talent in a lot of random places. So our guys will really be getting a lot of good reps in this joint practice. Versus last season, we had that first joint practice with the Patriots, and the Patriots didn't really have that much talent. You know what I'm saying? So, like, what are we getting out of this with you guys? We're just playing around. But with the Cleveland Browns, we're going to be getting a lot of good tests. And let's get into some of these tests. So these are some things to watch out for during our joint practice with the Cleveland Browns. So Jalen Hurts versus the Cleveland Browns defense. So the defensive coordinator for the Cleveland Browns, Joe Woods, he is going to be game planning and scheming against Jalen Hurts. And it'll be interesting to see how Jalen Hurts navigates that. And also Nick Sirianni is going to, you know, be tested as well. The Cleveland Browns have been a top team in takeaways for a while. So we know that they're a team that likes to get picks and force fumbles and all that. So the offense really has to be on going up against the Cleveland Browns defense. Also, we're going to get to see Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt versus Nakobe Dean, TJ Edwards, KYZIR White. I think KYZIR White is going to be practicing. We'll get to see Nakobe Dean against Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. We'll get to see TJ Edwards against those guys too. 2 really, really, really good running backs, and it's going to be a test. We're going to get to see a lot from Nakobe Dean. You know, we played in that preseason game against the Jets, but won't know Nick Chubb on the Jets. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be really good to see those guys getting tested, and also that iron sharpening. You know, it's all about sharpening that iron. Then we'll also get to see our wide receivers versus Denzel Ward, who is a really good cornerback, and Greg Newsome. We know, of course, what A.J. Brown can do. We know what Devonta Smith can do. And it's still going to be good for them, but it'll also be good for those guys like QUEZ Watkins and Zach Pascal's, JALEN Rager's. You know what I'm saying? It'll be really good for them. The Browns don't really have that good of a receiver core, but they do have Amari Cooper, who's going to be new to the team, so it will be good to see our DBs versus Amari Cooper. So that's going to be another really good matchup. So we have a lot of really good position matchups. And also for our running backs, so Miles Sanders, Boston Scott, and Kenneth Gainwell right now are supposed to be out at least tomorrow versus the Browns. So this is going to be really good for our rookie Kennedy Brooks to really be getting a lot of runs. And you guys know, preseason wise, I really love Kennedy Brooks. In college with Kentucky, he had 3 1,000-yard rushing seasons. I mean, wow. I mean, I know it's Kentucky football. You know, they ain't going up against the Bamas and the UGAs every Saturday, but still, like, that numbers don't lie. He only played 3 seasons. Each season he rushed for at least 1,000 yards. That's somebody I want to see, especially now that Miles is going to be gone, Boston Scott's going to be gone, Kenneth Gainwell's going to be gone, so he's going to be getting a lot of reps during this joint practice. Like I said, this joint practice is Thursday and Friday. Then we have our next preseason game Sunday. And lastly, guys, another good matchup is going to be Jordan Mailata versus Myles Garrett. And Jordan Mailata, y'all, he been wanting all the smoke so far this offseason. So that's going to be another really good one to see. But I'm excited for these joint practices. Like I said, they have a lot of really good position players that are going to test our players. And it's going to just be good for growth and iron sharpening all around. As long as they keep all that drama away from the birds. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, we have another cut coming up next week. So make sure you guys stay tuned in and tapped in here. And then we also have a preseason game on Sunday at 1 p.m. Y'all, I can't remember who the game against. But we'll see on Sunday. It don't matter who it's against. You know what I'm saying? We play and approach it the same way each and every darn old game. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about the opponent. It's about us. Anyways, y'all, make sure you like this video. Make sure you leave a comment, subscribe, keep rocking with me, turn your notification bells on so you don't miss a single video or a single live stream. And until I talk to you guys next time. Bye.